This is what we edit all our videos on. It's not working. Woke up this morning, tried to do a little bit of work, wanted to get all my files organized, and the laptop didn't turn on. So normally this wouldn't be that big of a deal. Bring it to an Apple store, maybe bring it to a repair shop, hopefully they could fix it. But the thing that makes this really, really fun for those of you guys that are new around here is we're in El Salvador. We're in Central America, and there's not an Apple store in sight. The only place where we might be able to get some help is in a city called San Salvador, which is one of the most dangerous cities in all of Central and South America. That's where we're going today. We're going to San Salvador. We're not just doing this for the laptop, we were actually planning on going here anyways. So it actually was kind of a good coincidence. A local El Salvadorian wants to try and change our minds about El Salvador, wants to try and change the typical American stigma of San Salvador and El Salvador in general. And he's been on this mission to try and change the opinion of El Salvador across the whole world. So let's go introduce you to him right now. All right, Salva, I have a question for you, okay?
Yeah.
So my mother watches all these videos.
Ooh, okay.
And right now she thinks I'm absolutely out of my mind. She's watching this right now, and she's like,
sorry, Mom. We're going to one of the most dangerous places in the world.
So what can you tell her and all the Americans who have been told that, you know, San Salvador is one of the most dangerous cities you can go to?
As you may heard, like downtown San Salvador is like one of the places that you should avoid when you're traveling. Today we're going to learn that that's not true, and you'll see in the video the amazing places that we're going to visit, and also we're going to experience like the real Salvadorian culture, so stay tuned.
We're super excited. How long of a ride we got? About an hour?
50 minutes max.
50 minutes? We're trying to beat traffic. We're leaving here nice and early, so wish us luck.
I'm breaking down like the rain, like my worries on a windy summer day.
So we made it to the first destination this morning, which is actually a fish market. So this is where the fishermen come every single morning after they get their freshly caught fish, probably at like 4 a.m. This is where they come, and this is where they sell all kinds of fish, from sharks to shrimp to tuna to anything and everything you could think of. Looks like there's some fishermen hopping in the ocean right now. Go get some catch for the day.
What do you think? You want to do boat life? Seems a little messy.
Seems very messy. Oh, we gotta get out of the way.
Welcome to downtown San Salvador. This place that we are right now, this is the heart of downtown San Salvador. It's a big square, and it's actually a really, really important place.
So I don't know if you guys know this, but they actually just elected a brand new president in El Salvador.
His name is President Najib. He's actually originated from Palestine.
And he actually plays a very, very big role in this square that we're at right now.
So this square actually used to be full of vendors, and actually there was a lot of drug trade and prostitution here as well. And the new president actually was the mayor of San Salvador, and he was the one that was able to clear this whole place out of all the people selling stuff and of all the bad stuff that was happening here, and made it into a beautiful place for tourists to come and experience the culture.
So this new president is actually bringing a lot of hope to the El Salvadorians here.
There's two parties that have dominated El Salvador for a long time. The army, which is on the right side, and then the guerrillas, which are on the left side. Some of you guys may know about the Civil War here. This new president started a new party. He was kicked out of the left, started a new party, and there was so much push against him, and he ended up winning the election. He ended up winning over all the people, started a new party. He's bringing a lot of hope for this country. So now we're walking into this cathedral right here that actually played a huge role in the whole Civil War, right?
Yeah, like back in the time when we had the Civil War back in the 80s, it was very common that the guerrillas used to take cathedral so they could use the speakers and send a message. So if you take a look up there, it was quite common to see guerrillas with big AK-47 with a mask saying things. So it was kind of crazy back in the time.
Salva is telling us about a really important election that happened in the 1970s, where the army, who everyone wanted to overthrow, was losing an election terribly, and they were going up against the guerrillas, the left side, and they were losing terribly. And then all of a sudden, all the power in the country went out. And when power came back a few hours later, the army was winning by significantly. And everyone knew that it was corrupt. And in this square, just outside this church here, there was a protest. And the El Salvadorian army started firing on the protesters and the people. So they tried to seek refuge inside this church right here. And as people were trying to run into the church, 21 people were shot. And one bullet found its way into the church. And it came all the way across this whole church and found its way into the box where the bread was kept, where the body of Christ was kept, and it went right into the center and right through the bread. And that's just like, even saying it just like gives me chills. It's like the crazy that only one bullet found its way through the church.
Into that exact, and the box is only, like you guys saw in the video of it, it's like this big.
Salvo, where are you bringing us? We're all getting a little sketched out at this point.
Hey guys! We are at the first pool house that we had in the country 80 years ago, so we're going to see how awesome the place is. It's like going back in time and see what we used to be in El Salvador.
Alright, let's go check this out. So far, I gotta say, San Salvador has been blowing our minds. Just so much history here that we've learned about, and now it looks like we're gonna walk back into the past of an old school pool house.
So at night you'll see people coming from the city, from the fancy area, to come and chill, because this is like a new spot. And they make like concerts Fridays and Saturdays. So it's so crowded at night. This is like people from high society, important people. Like this guy right here, Pedro Infante, one of the most popular artists from Mexico, came here and party here.
Wow, knowing that 80 years ago, people looked out these windows, looked onto this square, and this was a place that the upper class came. This is where they played pool. And according to Salva, all these people behind us, they said they've been coming here forever. 10, 20, 30 years.
I just want to talk about, I don't know if we've told the vlog this yet, but the people in El Salvador, I feel like have been probably the nicest people we have met since on this trip.
I mean, Kaylee and I were sitting outside of a church 30 minutes ago, and people just keep coming up to us, asking us about our dogs, asking where we're from, saying welcome to our country.
And I think a lot of it maybe has to do with not many Americans come here, not many tourists come to San Salvador, so when they do see tourists here, I think they kind of get excited and they want to talk to us and they want to know why we're here and where we're from and what we're doing, and it's just really interesting to be able to actually talk to locals here.
Well, now we've come to a very different side of town, and if you look, you probably know, probably look familiar. It's basically like an Apple store, but I'm gonna try to get my MacBook fixed right now.
What is he gonna do?
So we got a tech support guy coming to look at it.
Beautiful.
Hopefully they can fix it. I mean, I don't know what to do. I hope we don't have to buy a laptop.
The thing is, we were planning on upgrading and getting a new laptop, but we were going to use this so that I could upgrade my laptop. So it would be really helpful if we could at least salvage this one. We'll see what happens.
As you guys know, we're making videos every single day. We need a computer, and we're at the point where we need to get a computer for tomorrow. We're editing every single day. We're trying to share as much of this as possible. And I would much rather make the investment now than not be able to make videos anymore until we go back to the States.
La placa lógica quizás.
It's not turning on, guys.
The logic board probably died.
So that means it's basically gone. No mas.
It's probably not gone, but it probably costs more to fix it than it's worth.
What do you want to call it? What do you want to call this video?
The new video is going to be called How to Spend 2K in San Salvador in less than 1 hour.
For 30 minutes.
What's the update?
It's not working, dude. We're getting a new laptop. right as with last night, we like picked out the laptop that we were going to get to. It was so sweet.
Maybe
2015.
you just wanted it so bad that you manifested.
No, I didn't want this laptop too. Gracias.
Alrighty, $2,000 later. Got a new laptop today. Bueno?
Bueno.
Cool? Muchas gracias.
Adios.
Are you excited?
It's okay. I guess it's okay. Like, we were gonna get a new one anyways. It just made it happen a lot faster and a lot different than we wanted it to happen.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
For those guys that don't know, I was editing on a 2015 MacBook Air that was 11 inches big.
Yeah,
So this is a nice upgrade.
totally. This is unbelievable. So basically, this isn't just an art gallery, but it's like an office space for all different artists to come and collab and to have meetings on different murals that they plan on making throughout the city. You can buy paint here.
I think they call it an art collective.
Yeah.
I think that's like the official name. That's what we call it in the States, but I never expected this kind of stuff in El Salvador.
Never.
Super cool just hang out here for a little bit.
Cool.
What do you want to cheers to, Salva?
For life.
For life.
Good memories. Salud.
This place just keeps.
Getting better and better.
San Salvador is something else.
And I feel like we don't have a better guide with us. We couldn't have had a better guide with us. Salva has been so amazing, so accommodating, and I feel like he's really truly bringing us to,
He's bringing us like his hangout spots.
yeah, like the actual San Salvador.
You don't know what this place feels like, this area, San Salvador? It feels like Portland. It's like community, like artist place, and really a lot of craft beer and
Yeah.
all these like artistic collectives.
And little boutiques and just a very hippie vibe, I guess.
Yeah, it's very, very authentic. It's really cool.
Yeah.
So we got one last spot. We're gonna leave like the grungy kind of side of town,
Yeah.
and we're going to the super rich side of town. We're going to the fancy mall where I guess all the really wealthy people here go.
Yeah. And there's supposedly a lot of American stores there.
So Kaylee's gonna try and find some makeup.
Gotta get some more makeup.
We'll see you guys there.
Everything about you perfectly undone.
Oh boy, this looks like trouble.
What?
This is what happens when you get an esthetician in a makeup store. You end up spending a whole bunch of money.
Dude, I've been craving a Sephora or an Ulta. I've actually never been to a MAC. This is a first for me. So all my other makeup lovers out there, this one's for you.
This makes Kaylee really happy, so whatever makes her happy. Well, I think it's fair to say San Salvador has blown our minds. From the history, to the mall, to the, I'm gonna drop this! To the rustic side of town with the breweries and all the artistic shops. What do you say, sir?
Life-changing experience.
What do you say, Allie? A couple words about
Loving it here.
Yeah?
It's like America. It's crazy.
It's pretty mind-blowing, this whole experience. Sorry, I'm carrying a garrafon of water. We're currently out of water in our bus. But today has been an amazing experience. Salva's been an incredible host.
Do you know any Yuri?
Who? Are these El Salvadorian jokes to Salva?
Do you know any Yuri?
Judy.
Big booty Yuri?
We were teaching Salva all the American slang, and he was teaching us all of the El Salvadorian slang. But this guy's been an incredible host for today. If any of you guys are planning any trips to El Salvador, if you're planning on going to Tunco Beach, specifically if you're doing surfing or you want to explore any Mayan ruins or the volcanoes, this is the guy you want to hook up with. He's actually a tour guide. He runs a tour company called Tunco Life. We'll put a link to his website right in the top of the description and to his Instagram. Go give him a follow. He's an amazing dude.
Yeah.
But now it's time to get out of here. We're running back to the bus. We're driving back to the bus, but we'll see you back there. But we just got back to the bus. I'm getting the laptop turned on for the first time. Go and check something out just to look at all the specs. And look at that. This is a 2017. It's a 2017 MacBook Pro. They had it advertised as a 2018. So, they got me. I guess that's just how things happen sometimes when you're traveling in other countries. There's nothing I can really do. I was really at the mercy of this Apple store and what was available to me at this country. Just to put it in perspective, I spent $2,000 on this laptop. If I was in the States, I could have bought this easily for $1,000 refurbished. So I spent double the price, but it's okay because it's more important to me to share these videos, to share this stuff with you guys. Going to places like we did today, going to San Salvador, and sharing that with all of you really means a lot. Just having that opportunity really means a lot to me. It's something that not a lot of people get to do. And to be able to show you, whoever's watching this right now, to be able to show you the real San Salvador, what it really looks like, what we really experienced, really means a lot. So that's where we're gonna end this one. We hope you guys loved it. We had such an awesome day. Such a unique experience. Thank you for coming along. And we'll see you guys next time.